When I go marathon route, I'm more just kind of into everything and every little facet of every level. With that being said, let's start it, shall we? Also, slow, how's it going? It's 3, 2, 1, and go. So, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, a retro classic that everybody loves. What we're going to be doing is going through about 49 levels of zombie action, and we'll see that in a moment. Now, the game name is extremely literal. It is called Zombies Ate My Neighbors for a reason, and that is because the zombies are going to eat my neighbors right at the beginning of the game. So, I'm going to be murdering all of my neighbors here. All of them. As many as I can. Even Hamburger Man. They're all dead right now. However, I will be saving this child. Also, I'm going to be looting things as I go. Now, why am I murdering every neighbor, or almost every neighbor in the game? So, the way the game works is that each level spawns 10 neighbors, and these neighbors will actually carry over into the next set of levels. So, any neighbors I save in this level, I'll be required to save in the next level. However, the game works in multiple ways. Not only is that the case, it carries over any neighbor deaths that happened. So, if I kill all the neighbors, I'm only going to have 2 neighbors available in the next level. I killed 8, I'm only going to have 2 available for level 2 now. Why do I want this? I think it's best to be seen, and we're also going to get a very good weapon right now. You mostly start off with the basic water gun. Level 2, you immediately get one of the better weapons in the game, which is the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher is going to be insanely strong, and now I'm going to murder the military man while going up and loot the trash can. And now you'll see I am only left with 1 neighbor in the entire game. So why do I only want 1 neighbor? So as you can see, I saved 1 neighbor in this level, and I just beat the level immediately. I have to do 49 different levels, really 48 and then 48B because it's an end credits level. But I just changed the name of the game because instead of having to save every neighbor, I'm only going to be required to save 1 neighbor. The game only cares that you save at least 1 living neighbor per level. Now, normally it was originally introduced to the game as a way of making sure that you won't be totally shafted in the event that you lose neighbors. However, I can actually abuse this fact in a speedrunning sense because it's going to be faster to only save the 1 neighbor. It's supposed to be a last resort thing, but it becomes the entire run, and it does become a rather risky run. Now, don't be wrong, an upside of the run is there are passwords, and there's a device to save the game, so we definitely make backup saves for this. However, you do notice it does get much riskier, and there's a lot more difficulty involved because I have to be very careful. You can also notice me breezing through a lot of the levels you may remember having issues with as a kid. The main reason being I have the rocket launcher, which is effectively a big key to everything, walls, doors. It's going to break down everything. And it's also just a very solid weapon we'll use in certain areas of the game as well. And only having to save the 1 neighbor is going to be good. Now, how do I know where every neighbor is? The way the neighbor system works is neighbor 1, there's always neighbors that are assigned values, so neighbor number 1 is always going to be the same neighbor, and saving that neighbor will always be in the same position. So, example, this is the cheerleader in the bottom of the map. I did not get good RNG, that's fine. So I will have to go on the trampoline, and we'll be able to actually get a health kit here. I like taking this for bonus. It's rather safe, makes the run better. And there we go. And like I mentioned, I always know where neighbor number 1 is. Now, the same applies to neighbor number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. However, I don't want to save those. They'll take much too long. While it is safer, it's much slower. Anyway, allow me to talk about another topic now before kind of digressing into more of the general level. Now we're on Pyramid of Fear, and this is a kind of a difference of routing. If you have good RNG, you don't have to do this. I do this because I may need it for a boss fight coming up, and it's just solid to have. Now, if you manage to pick up a skull key, which most runners end up going for, like, if you actually have specific manipulation you want to do so you can get the skull key. I'm not doing that quite yet because it's not really consistent. If you don't get the key, it's a dead run at that point. But the thing is, I also search a lot of rooms because I want to make sure I'm as safe as possible. So I'm going to go search all these curtains. Heal up, by the way, I don't want to die. And you can see there's good drops and bad drops. So the way the drops actually works is every time you open something, there's actually an RNG seed that's decided the moment you open it. That's when items in this game are actually decided on. The moment you open a chest or anything else in the game, the value is decided as whatever item it is. And every item has certain values, and you want to be very careful on what you can get. You can actually get random skeleton key drops, which are very lucky. And the reason why we'll find out next in Titanic Toddler. This is why most people want a skeleton key. If we don't get one, I have a backup strat, but having one's much nicer, as you'll see. Let's see if I get it. I have 2 chances. Nope. And one more. One more. We have the Titanic Toddler. I want the sodas just in case. I got shafted. This is some bad luck, by the way. So I'm going to go up here, and I want to position him right about over there, because now I can keep launching sodas at him. Now, if you've ever, I guess, fought a baby before, you'll know they're weak to soda. Babies are traditionally weak to caffeine and Pandora's Box of Wonderment. So I want to get in a position where I can start lobbing cans of sodas at him. Release the boxes because it's going to do a lot of damage in general. And I can then get the holy water gun out. That's also why it does damage. This baby is not cooperating right now, but we have new positioning. We can always adapt to how it's positioned. But you can see why this is a bit of a rough level. Getting the skeleton key here would actually bypass the entire fight and remove us having to save the baby. Again, you need to save every single neighbor in the game before you can escape, and the baby does become an extra neighbor. So we do have an extra neighbor now, however, we'll be getting rid of him almost immediately. And you'll see an example between a 1 neighbor game and a 2 neighbor game. How's it going, Pixel? Hope you're having a good day. There we go. And now we're going to be in Toxic Terror. This is a pretty straightforward level, but now it's going to be an important level, because we need to get back down to 1 neighbor. And that's going to happen in this level. I hope the slimes cooperate. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. It really varies. I want them to attack him, not me. There we go. So now the Explorer is dead. That's also the root neighbor of the game. And now we can save the tourists. Now we're back down to 1 neighbor. I want to be on 1 neighbor as much as possible. What can spawn more neighbors? Saving another neighbor like a baby. But getting 40,000 points will also get me another neighbor. So I want to be very conscious of how much points I'm going to be having throughout the run. This next level is going to be one of the riskier ones in the game. If you're not careful, you can actually lose the game here almost immediately. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a lower route instead of the higher route, because I want to make sure that I can prepare my weapons and just move around the area much quicker. So I'll get out the lawnmower for the next level, save him, and then be ready. That's going to be much faster than the alternative, because in theory I could go to the area faster, but if a neighbor is on screen, any enemies nearby will immediately try to attack. Now, Weeds Gone Bad is going to be a tough level, hardest in the entire game, by the way. How exciting was that? Toughest level in the entire game, by the way. Very difficult level. You go left. So, as you can kind of see as well, what's going to happen with a lot of these levels is they're going to become very trivial. What's supposed to be originally a hard level becomes almost a cakewalk because I don't have to worry about saving too many neighbors. Also, even if you don't have a key, you can still manage. I do want to heal up, though, because I don't want to risk anything. Now that I have speed shoes, we can move a bit faster. Certain levels in the game, I want to use speed shoes because it will be quicker for me, and it will allow me to get a stronger boost throughout the game. Normally, it's levels that you have to do some item gathering, but obviously it's going to vary. That was good. And that's kind of the introduction to the speed shoes. Now, if you're wondering why don't we just use them for every level, you only get so many the entire game. You can get more through random drops, but again, that's an RNG cycle. We don't want to be dependent too much on RNG. I do some RNG searching, however, it is going to be a thing that I want to make sure that I'm prepared without the speed shoes as well. This level was kind of risky if you get a bad spawn. I got a good spawn. He's going to attack me here. I'm going to save the neighbors first because I don't trust them. I want the blue potion because it is going to save me a lot of time in a future level. But that's a level in general I'm always iffy on. I noticed the zombie spawns. If I have a good one, I shoot the wall. If I have a bad one, I'll kind of go for more of the broke. 7 meals for 7 zombies is more of a chill level. In all honesty, I think this would be a good level for like a donation incentive. I think this would be a very solid... It's nothing crazy. You go through the level, you just walk through, you go down and left the entire time. So it's very suitable, just, it's a good detox, we're able to relax for a moment. It's not entirely a cakewalk, however, because this zombie can give me a bad spawn, and I don't want that. You may notice, by the way, I'm freezing the zombies. I want to freeze zombies when I can, because it's going to prevent me from getting points. I don't want too many points in the game. I need 40,000 by level 38, but I don't want it any time before that. I need it in 37 specifically. Also, we'll do that, and now I can move forward. Level 15 is one of the most important levels in the entire game because I'm going to get a free skull key. It is the first of many you can get. Technically, you get one in Titanic Toddler, but you immediately use it, so you don't really get one. And it's pretty easy to get. The rocket for earlier was in order to get the hamburger neighbor, and he's just grilling burgers the entire time, just chilling. A monster potion is good drop. That's actually a good drop. What that can do, it can get me out of a shaky spot in case I need it. It can save rockets. It's very good in certain levels of the game. It could be a bit risky, but we'll kind of see what a fun level is like with ants. Now, ants is another speed choose level. I'm going to want them out right about now, and we're also going to want the rockets out. And this is a very fun level because it's all speed choose and rockets. That ant stole rockets from me, so I'm going to be kind of bummed out, but I don't have time to kill him. I'd rather just keep going with the level for speed. And that's an example of what the speed choose can do for you. They make you much faster. And in a level like this, it's very efficient to use it. In addition, for efficiency, I'm going to get out some items for the next level. And one of the major things you can do per level is you can actually start preparing for the next one. Level 17 is another difficult level. Again, when the game was designed, it's designed around 10 neighbors, not 1. So a lot of these levels are meant to be, hey, you can spend a lot of time here and you might actually die. However, that's what ends up happening in level 17. It's just go through the level. It's not that hard. Now, level 18 is a hard level. In fact, it's so hard, this is why I got the blue potion earlier. The blue potion is also known as the ghost potion. Now, what does it do? It makes Julie here into a ghost. So here we go. And turning into a ghost is going to do a few things for me. 1, I'm invulnerable. 2, I can walk on water. And what this is going to allow me is to entirely avoid the squidmen. The squidmen are very fast, both in water and out, and they can immediately kill a neighbor if you're not careful. Now, if a neighbor dies, it's an immediate game over, so it is a bit of a risky run here. Since I only have one neighbor, if that neighbor's gone, it doesn't matter how many lives I have, it's game over instantly. So I want to be very careful in a lot of these levels to make sure I'm not getting a bad neighbor. In this level, in fact, I want to be very careful as well, because if you're slow, you can potentially lose the game. I'm going to take a risk here with a mystery potion. I got full health, which is rather nice. You can get a lot of things there. Full health is a good one. The mystery potion is a 1 in 6 chance to get each effect. Now, there's good effects in the game, and there's bad effects. There's 2 absolutely good, 2 neutral, and then 2 absolutely bad. It normally varies on that. I got more good than bad. So health is always good. Like, we're not really going to be too worried about health. Using the zombie there is kind of a little back boost is also be nice. I don't know why I ate the burger, considering they damaged me anyway, but that's fine. Well, we had one earlier, Bailey, for one of the levels. Like, I know level 14 is good. Really, any level I'm walking can work for donations. This level, however, is not going to be a good one, because this is an invasion of the Snakeoids, and is effectively one of the game's boss fights. So every few levels or so, when this music's coming on, you know it's a boss fight. And I already got one of them dead. The Snakeoids are one of the toughest enemies in the game. If you play this game casually, you might very well remember this level. A lot of people do, and he's dead. 1, 2... That was also a really good fight. No, we're not going to do that. Technically, Bailey, if you want fake donations, you just have someone donate bits during the run. We're also going to do a lot of item searching during this area. And that will be ideal. There you go. 1, 2. And each item drop is going to be absolutely random. I don't want money because that's just going to be points. Most of the item drops here are rather bad. Nothing too crazy. Popsicles aren't necessarily great. We do have one more Snakeoid we have to fight. Now, why do we have to fight the Snakeoids? They're going to give me skull keys. And skull keys are going to be necessary in order to beat the level and the game, in fact. Many areas of the game use the skull keys. He should be dead. And one more. One more now. Alright, now he's dead. That was kind of bad, though, because I wasted a lot of rockets on him. Definitely not happy with that level, but I will be saving time in comparison to previous levels. But now I am a bit worried about rocket usage, and I definitely want to use less rockets. Luckily, the next few levels will have time for less rockets. This next level is also going to be one that's pretty chill. You go up. You can avoid the Martians. I like drinking a mystery potion every now and again, but it's not required. I don't have an extra speed shoes, so we're not going to... Actually, I don't have an extra potion. That's fine. I want them to hang more to the left and the right, because I want them stuck on the top of the lake. So if they get stuck there, they're not going to kill me. If I get them stuck, like here, for example, that's really bad, because it's a straight shot, and I'll keep getting hit like that. These guys are very annoying if you get hit, because they will... And, ooh, that was almost risky. almost risky, but usually not the end of the world. They're not going to immediately kill your neighbor. It's just kind of bad. That's a good level for donations, by the way. It's just going up. Nothing too crazy. Revenge of Dr. Tongue is also one, but Revenge of Dr. Tongue is also a very important level of the game, and in quite all honesty. And why is this level so important? We get arguably the whole reason why we're doing it on SNES. So all Zombies in My Neighbor speedruns are done on the SNES because it's the best way of doing it. Nobody runs this on the Genesis. I think on the Genesis. Only people run it on the SNES. There's no reason not to. Also, if a door is locked, you can actually pull up. Just use a rocket and you're good. I do want to make sure I have more keys, enough health though, because I might be losing some health in a moment. But the skull key we got will actually give us a flamethrower. And the flamethrower is one of the strongest, if not the strongest weapon in the entire game. It's a very good weapon and will do a lot for us. And this is the level that you get it. The only way you're really able to get it though is you manage to get an extra skull key later on. It is RNG, however it is also a thing that you might need to, you can get it off level 15's key, which was the one that we got on the Stranded Island. There you go. How's it going, Picado? Good to see you. And now that we get that, we should be good. Caves of Mystery is a risky level, but it's not too bad. It really makes you appreciate the fire extinguisher. We did, but we also got our PB. So we're doing pretty solid. I take extra rockets here because I am running low. I also have my first aid kit just in case. Freeze both these guys. I did eat a hit there. Not the end of the world. And I do use the frost on him because I do want to make sure I'm not losing too much. There you go, Stout Yeti. There you go. Warehouse of Evil Dolls is another casual killer. If you've never played the game, you might not be ready for this level. If you don't really know the run, you'll probably end up dying at this level because it is not an easy level to manage. I will be grabbing a key though, because that will allow me to open a door, and... Alright, I did, we're good. That's fine. So you have to be careful, because if the cheerleader's on screen for too long, the cheerleader may actually die, which you don't want to happen. It's an immediate death of the run if the cheerleader dies. So I was safe there, nothing bad happened. But obviously that's the level you'd want to be safe on. Look Who's Shopping is either really good or really bad. There's not really an in-between. But there is going to be a lot of ammo on this level, so I'm going to want to get out my ray gun. There's a weird functionality that the game has. Also, Giant Baby again, don't hit me. One. He did hit me, but not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. And I want to use one rocket here to get another blue drink. And the ray gun immediately murders the ants, and I'm not sure why. Like, some of the enemies in this game do have inherent counters. The ants just sort of die to the bubble gun. I'm pretty sure it's because the ants' models are too big for the entire thing. But that was a really good level. Despite losing time, that was still a very good level because I got a lot of resources. How's it going, Juo? Hope you're having a good day. This next level is really risky, by the way. If you mess up here, you immediately lose. It's a fast one, but bad luck will kill the run for you. I normally find it doesn't happen just because the cheerleader can immediately die to a zombie, but we got that. There we go. And Dances with Werewolves is a good example of a level that should be harder than it is. Splinter, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Like, this level should be harder than it actually is, but given the fact that we only have one neighbor save, it's very quick. We go here, this would be a good donation reading level, all honesty. Save her, and then leave. And that's how a lot of these levels become. It's very fun watching the game get literally broken because of that. Now, not every level is going to allow you to do that. Mark of the Vampire is a hard level, and it's actually one of the more difficult levels in the entire game. And the reason why is I actually do need to use the speed shoes. Certain levels of the game, I'm grabbing speed shoes because I'm expecting to have them here. I'm expecting that I need to use them here because it's much faster to do so. And we also need to gather more skeleton keys while I'm here. I also gather more normal keys while I'm here. And I just want to be overall more careful than I normally would be. And this level is also really fun because every item I picked up, I've done so for a reason. And in this level, we're going to have something you've probably never heard before. And that is going to be the usage of tactical clowns. So I have these clowns with me, and they're going to be used to bypass an enemy in the game. So we're going to have Dracula here, and he's going to be throwing bats at me. However, Dracula's much worse for the survivor. Dracula is one of the enemies in the game that can immediately murder a survivor. However, throwing down the clowns will actually just straight up prevent Dracula from attacking me and the survivor, which is much faster. So we use tactical clowns to avoid Dracula. Now this next level is a one that you want a lot of rockets in. If you don't have a lot of rockets, it's a bit rough. And I have an extra key, so we'll be using that. In fact, we'll use the first one, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to save a rocket. Every rocket's gonna be good. And I also get a burger for more health. And I'm at the fire 5. 1, 2, 3. Walk up. Not the end of the world, but we will be walking up now. And I'm stuck on this wall. There we go. And 2. Hopefully I don't eat too many hits. I can start throwing these around. I'm also going to have that, and that is going to allow me to just kind of avoid a lot of the stuff here and get out the rocket. I didn't eat too many hits, so that's fine. There we go. And that was a solid level. Now, getting the slime on your head is obviously a bad thing, but that would be a good level for the donation reading. Now, Horror of Floor 13, this is the one level I think I put like my work into it. I don't know why nobody but me does this. Maybe because it's a pretty old speedrun, not a lot of people do the run. But in the past, people took a long way around. I'm taking a much faster route by going through here, and we immediately save the cheerleader. Now, in theory, it is risky. However, I found like 99% of the time, she's not going to die. In theory, if you find the cheerleader too quickly and don't save her, she'll die, but taking that route normally works for me. It's very rare it doesn't work. This next level, I'm going to want to make sure I have everything I need. I will actually be healing, because I'd rather not die. And I want to save Burger Man. Oh, come on. Excuse me? Wow, that was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. They kind of body blocked me. There's 5 people on the door, which is kind of bad. My favorite survivor in the entire game, by the way, is always going to be Burger Man. Throughout the entire apocalypse, Burger Man just grilling his burgers. An absolute American hero. Okay, so this next level is one of the reasons why I have speed shoes, and I'm going to get a lot more rockets in this level. It is a pretty solid level, provided the ants don't block you. Right. I'm losing time here, guaranteed. Yeah, I've had some pretty bad luck. I will also be going for more health. However, I might actually die in a moment here. Do I have a mystery potion? Yep, there it is. I died, not the end of the world. I have 3 lives in total. This has been some absolute marathon luck, though. I'm going to be losing a lot of time here, because in my PB, I did get the speed shoes. I got 2 of them. And the more speed shoes you get, the faster you'll be. Anyway, let's whip out the bubble gun, because the bubble gun's going to prevent these ants from damaging any more than they already are. This is also a level you want to get as many skull keys as you can. It will be helpful for later. Sadly, I'll be killing more ants, so I may end up with more points than I actually want. However, it will be safer for the run. There we go. And as you can see, this is quote-unquote a hard level because you're required to do the entire level. A lot of levels like level 17 or even level 33, they're easy levels because I don't have to actually do anything. It's just go through the level, find your first neighbor, and then you're good to go. That level, not so much. You have to do more. However, I do get an extra skull key out of that level, which is why it's a nice level. Also, I almost missed him. That's fine. And now we're immediately going to get him. Again, a very quick level, not too bad at all. Alright, I was a Chainsaw Maniac. This level is weird. It should be harder, but it's not. It's actually a pretty straightforward level, just because you use your rocket a lot, but the Chainsaw guys normally aren't going to be bugging you as much as you think they would be. Like, they can, but I can leave down clowns if they really are. And we are going to get a few skull keys here, which would be nice, but it's not going to be overtly bad. And most of this will be very easy to do. I get an extra key, by the way, which more keys I have, the better the game will be. And then I can avoid this guy entirely by laying down a clown, and he'll attack the clown instead of me. So the way clowns fully work is the clown represents a survivor according to the enemies. So I can just lay down the clown, and then they attack the clown, which works very well. So, this level is the calm before the storm. Level 36 is going to be very difficult. It's actually one of the reasons why I've gathered a lot of items. One of the items I gathered, as you remember earlier, was the flamethrower, and I've also grabbed some monster potions. It is called Monster Phobias, so a monster potion here is going to be very ideal. You can also soft lock the game if you drink the monster potion too early, so I normally walk down slightly and then I do it. I've never had the soft lock happen to me, but it can happen. It happens if you immediately use it. Also, my point values are pretty solid here. I don't have too many points. I want to have about 37,000 during this level. However, I do want to be careful as well not to get too many more. Killing enemies will give me more, so I want to keep an eye on my values. Hey, Gion, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. They do hacks. Those aren't real clowns. Those are fake clowns. And as you can see, this is why I want the monster potion. It makes me invulnerable. I move at set speed, and I can punch on all the walls. I save rockets, which are pretty good on another level. I want to grab the silverware for later. We have Dr. Tongue, which is the first instance of him. Dr. Tongue is one of the final bosses, or he is pretty much the final boss of the entire game. And I'm going to want to get ready for the boss fight here. This is why I got the flamethrower. It's going to do a lot of damage to Dr. Tongue. However, I need to make sure I keep him in blue. So if he's turning blue, that's good. I want him to stay blue. And that was a really good fight. And I think I have 20 points, but not the end of the world. Let's see. I do have 20 points, but it's not too bad. I do want to get my monster potion out for the next level, and we'll be fine. Herc's Adventure sounds like a fun game, though. So, that's the example of the extra bonus victim. Not the end of the world. It actually makes the run a bit safer, if I'm being quite honest. So, now I have 2 neighbors to save. I always know neighbor 2 here, just in case. I walk a bit down, use the monster potion again. This is why having an extra one is going to be rather nice. And this is also an example of why you'd want to kill too many enemies. However, I'm going to be able to save 2 neighbors here. The next level will be killing off one of the neighbors. I saved 2 here, though, because it's faster. But I also want to make sure I don't kill any more enemies. Because not only is having more points back... Oh, I'll just kill him. If it's faster to do it, you just do it. Like, if it's wasting too much time to not do it, you don't want to go for it. But I'm going to be getting a lot of items here that's going to help me out later in the run. So we'll get that. I'll be able to get an extra health kit. Pandora's box is going to be really good. If you remember earlier, we were using on the giant baby. Saving it for the final boss is very ideal. And I actually want to get my mower out. Where's my mower? There it is. That was a bit rough because of the bodying earlier, but it's fine. Now we got 2 babies. Also, a good example of a level I'd want donations in. It's a chill level. Now, Monsters of the Blue Lagoon is one of the harder levels. You'll notice a lot of the levels that I'm saying are very hard are levels where you have the sea monsters. The sea monsters are some of the hardest enemies in the game to deal with, and for good reason. They're not very fun. In fact, I want to grab additional health here because it's available, and I grab more keys for it. So why is this level hard? Well, one, I grab this baby because he almost never dies. Now, these tourists, on the other hand, can die before you even get to them, if you're unlucky. Like that. Now, if I was doing an actual run here, and I only had the 1 neighbor, I would have immediately lost it right there, because I just lost the neighbor. That's actually good in my case, because I prepared for it, but, as you can see, if you only have the 1 neighbor in that level, it'll be very rough. Destroy All Vampires is a pretty fun level, very straightforward, very easy. We get more clowns out. Again, Dracula's weakness is ultimately going to be clowns. Now, if you ever find Dracula in the wild, just whip out a clown, you'll be fine. Tactical clowns, though. It can't be any old clown, it must be a tactical clown. Dracula's going to come after me, but now he's an tactical clown. I want to be careful there, because he can kill my neighbor. So Dracula in particular, you want to be very careful about, because Dracula is one of the enemies in the game. There's 2 that can immediately murder the neighbor. It's Dracula and the Wolfman who are very good at doing that. You want to be very careful of both of those. They can hop over walls and go through them. Pyramid of Fear 2 is another boss fight. Earlier we had the worms. This will be another instance of them. And I want to stay near the bottom and just kind of do this thing. I can only get 1 to 2 hits off. Sometimes 3 if I'm lucky. That was very good. Good fight. However, overall the entire area of it was kind of rough. I will be losing time here, but that's because I got a very good instance of this during my last PB I've done of the game. But we'll be able to get a few more items. Also, again, and this would be a good example of a time for donations. There we go. My favorite part, by the way, is the survivors are always thematic in the level they are. Like, the root survivor, neighbor 1, is always going to be thematic. So, you, for example, in this one, in any cavern, any ruins, you get the explorer, which makes a lot of sense that you get the explorer. Like, a lot of levels where it's monsters, you get a cheerleader because they're kidnapping a teenage girl. Don't quite know why, but I mean, that's the nature of the game. I don't have to heal, but this is kind of rough because I didn't properly plan for my inventory. We're good there. I didn't get hit. I'm having pretty bad drops, so it's not the end of the world. I'm going to have a few areas to search here, and in addition to that, I'm going to be able to just deviate for more speed shoes. Like I mentioned, I have certain levels where I have planned speed shoe usage, and that's why I'm going for them there. Having extra keys is always nice as well, because I can start searching more rooms. Right? And now you keep going, and the only downside, though, is I'm pretty low on my rockets currently, which is not a good sign. Spikes is a pretty easy level. It's just like Weeds Gone Bad, but instead of Weeds, it's Spikes. You do take a lot of damage here, so you do have to be conscious of it. However, it's not the end of the world. However, I have lost runs here before, for one reason or another. I will be able to save health, though, just by doing this. There we go. Waiting slightly will allow me to heal, which is much better. But you want to save the neighbor immediately there, because again, Wolfman is one of the monsters that can immediately kill a neighbor. The other one that's kind of bad is this level. This is actually why we grabbed the other blue potion back in the baby level. I think it was level 25 with the mall. Look who's shopping. So these guys are going to be much faster at me in the water than you can see. If I'm walking, however, I'm going to be faster than them. I need to be faster because this neighbor coming up will immediately die if I'm not careful. And I've lost many good runs due to this level. I always save a blue potion solely for this level because it's not an easy one. Curse of Dr. Tongue is a level we're going to be using Speed Shoes because it is a longer level. Again, the longer a level is, the more likely I will be using Speed Shoes. This is a good example of one, so let us get the Speed Shoes out and let's get the Weed Whacker. There you go. Mainly because I want to be able to do this. And there we go. Nice. That was very good. Very solid level. Not too bad at all. And now we can make our way over to the cheerleader. An extra health kit. And that key is not really necessary, but a very good level, by the way. Hey, THK. Thank you so much. I like that emote. The Santa hat. That's a fun emote. No, they did. They did. That they did. Danger Picnic Park is another fun level. Probably another one of my... any level that has the ants and speed shoes tend to be my favorite in the game, just because they're very fun to move in with rockets and speed shoes. They're just good levels. And then ant levels in general are very solid. However, the ants are also risky enemies, so it's not like they're easy, they're just very fun. Like, I know I'm one to say, hey, every level is my favorite level. Day of the Chainsaw is not my favorite level. In fact, this is a very rough area as well, because if I don't have enough rockets, I don't, in fact, want to save them. I'm going to drink the red potion for good luck. So, this will take a bit more time, however, though, I will be able to get more rockets while I'm here, because I'm going to be able to use this instead of any actual rockets. I need as many rockets as I can get for level 47. I'll have a lot of time there to burn later, which we'll have, don't you worry. But for right now, I'll be able to get an extra route. Because you can't open skull doors as a monster. However, I can open hedges. So getting the extra rockets is good. I timed this about right. I should be running out of the upgrade area about now. There we go. And don't worry, we'll be running out. We'll be losing time, but the next level I have a lot of time saved. And Sora, how's it going? Good to see you. I did get some more points there, but not the end of the world. Now, Gridiron Terror is why I didn't want to spend any rockets. This level is either really good or really bad. There's not really an in-between. I do have a lot of speed shoes, though. So, I want to get these guys into a fight as soon as possible. I'm playing it safe. Roughly about there. 1, 2. He's dead. I need one more of these guys dead now. Hit me. Thank you. Not bad. Okay. I got the upper one and the lower one. This is fine. In fact, I want to keep the other one. Oh, we got him. We're good. Okay, that might actually gold right now. Speed shoes, and let's keep going. And we're going to run the other side because now I have the bonus rockets, which is going to be much faster. And I might actually gold this. Alright, that was good. That was very good. Nice, Sora. Hope that went well. And that's a good example of that level. That's why I needed to save the rockets. Now, we have Curse of Dr. Tongue, which is the final boss of the game. Which is level 48. Curse of the Tongue. Also, it's very strange that in a game where you're playing as children fighting a mad scientist, his name is Dr. Tongue. It's a bit rough, but let's keep going. I have 2 health kits, doing pretty good. And I'm going to be gathering a few extra skeleton keys right over here. My area is pretty solid. I want the silverware out just in case. The silverware will help me out in case the Wolfman shows up. It's an immediate kill. He shouldn't, but he can. I've seen it happen, and we're going to prepare for the next boss. Here we go. I want out my flamethrower, actually. And it's the same boss as earlier, however, he has phases now. So instead of just being one concrete thing, he's going to be much, much more. And I want to make sure I'm hitting him just right. Again, having blue is good. Oh, I died. That's rough. I get full heal off that, but now I don't have a safety death anymore. I only have... If I die, the run's actually over now, which is a bit rough. Not the end of the world, but it can be kind of bad. I want the spider dead as soon as possible, but I do have 2 health kits, which is solid. Okay, heal up immediately. And he normally dies when I'm running out of ammo. Get out the mower. I want to mow the spider webs. Mowing the spider webs is actually a smart idea while we're waiting for Dr. Tongue. And then it'll allow me to move through the battlefield a lot more, which is just smart. I want to be able to move, and I have a lot of Pandora's boxes, so this is kind of what we're saving them for. Having them here is very nice, because as you can see, it's going to be just taking him out almost entirely. Do a lot of damage to Dr. Tongue. I can also just toss silverware at him, and the best weapon to use is actually the water gun, believe it or not. And I want to drop clowns in the corner because the clowns are going to allow me to just play a bit safer. The water gun's very solid, however, I can probably whip out the flamethrower in a bit here. When you get stuck in the spider webs, a good strategy, believe it or not, is just to... Oh, hold on, let's see if I can get in position. That's not bad, not too bad at all. Come here. Oh, I wasted my health, that's fine. Not the end of the world, I said be careful. He's almost done. And do I have my flamethrower out? I should have it. Right about there. One more phase and he's done. And again, the water gun, it does a lot of damage. A lot of people think you have to use plates to fight him here. Hey, Crafty, thanks so much for the raid. Give me a quick moment. Alright, that is done, and we are almost out of the game. We save the cheerleader. Again, Dr. Tongue had a cheerleader locked up, and that was very good. That was a very good example of the game. Now, perfect donation reading section. It's about a minute or so of waiting. I did get a PB off this. I'm not too sure how much it's going to be, but this was just a very good marathon run, and this is me showing off the run. Sorry I got kind of zoned out at the end there, a bit risky of a fight. Normally it's not that bad. I obviously died earlier on. I normally have another life, but that was very good. Thank you for the shout out. Crafty, how's the stream? Hope you had a good one. Portal 2, solid game, very quality. Now the way you're actually faster here, the less enemies you kill throughout the game, the slower this will, or the faster it will be. So you want to be very careful here. There you go, Bailey. If you have $24,601 from the Yeti. How to kill during this run. Put my money towards Save the Frames. Let's kick the game's butts. But this game has been shown in a GDQ before. It has promise. And it's just a good game. It's a very solid game, and a lot of people remember it. Many people do know about this game. It is very memorable. Most people who've played it remember it very fondly, and of all the games I play, this is the one I get the most comments on. Wow, you're beating it so quick. When you get the tentacle, that'll be the final one. But yeah, like I mentioned, this will be a good time for donations and just kind of enjoying it. So why does the run end on not the final boss? Hey, Vandalist, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. The run doesn't end on the final boss because the game makes you play through the credit level, which is also called Monsters Among Us. This level is just a Lucasfilm's office. I'm not even kidding. And I'll celebrate with some soda cans. You're mostly just running. You're gonna get a few things, which is fine. We'll use the flamethrower. We had it earlier. And we're almost done. One more dialogue, and... time! That's the run! And that is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Let's type in this. I want to submit this to mainly a GDQ, so SGDQ. 19. And that's Zombies Ate My Neighbors for Marathon consideration and just in general. Any marathon, and if anyone just wants an informative run, I feel like I went over a lot there.